Hi, my name is Jason, and this is my vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Hello, folks. It's Monday. It's the 8th of the 4th, and it's 5:45. I didn't do a video yesterday. There's two reasons. One, I wasn't feeling really too good. My ears are still playing me up. A bit more on that later. The other one, to be perfectly honest with you, last night I couldn't get myself motivated to do anything. It was literally just a night of sitting in bed, and I watched a movie, which I'll give you a review for in a minute. I've got two movie reviews today, two poems and some talking. So here we go and get cracking. Settle down for quite a long video. First video review, by the way. Well, there's two film reviews. The first one is Sniper Ultimate Kill, and the second one is Highwaymen. So. Now, as usual, both films were on Netflix. The first film I watched 2 nights ago called Sniper Ultimate Kill. Now, I'm a fan of the sniper films because I remember them with Billy Zane in. And this one isn't too bad. It's quite predictable, don't get me wrong, it is predictable. But the good thing is, what I liked about it was they have actually got, ignore this light down me, by the way, it's just coming from behind me and I can't do much about it. They have actually got Billy Zane and Tom Berenger in them, even though they aren't the main stars. And the synopsis says basically a CIA operative or whatever he is, I can't make out what he is actually, is hired to go down to Colombia, Bogota, whatever it's pronounced, and help to bring in this Colombian drug lord guy who's basically taking over all the routes so that he can take over, obviously, the drug industry there. And unfortunately, when they're there, they realise that they're up against more than just him, because he himself has hired a sniper. Only this sniper who he's hired has got the latest technology, including bullets which lock onto targets and can go around things. If they're locked onto a target, they can literally, instead of going straight, they can arc around things to hit the target. Anyway, what follows is him basically pitting his wits against this sniper guy. There's also a traitor involved somewhere because they know their every move. He's got a woman who works with him who has got her own reasons for bringing down this drug cartel. And I'll tell you something, some of the scenes in it are a bit rough. They do show you some quite rough scenes in that film. I'd give it 4 out of 10. I'd give it 4 out of 10 because it's worth a watch. And if you like your typical action films, I think it's got Chad Michael Collins as the main star, actually, I think, don't quote me, but I think he's the main star. And it is worth watching, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of action in it. There's a lot of story in it. Obviously, the villain is played by, I tell you, I can't remember his name, but he played a fantastic part in a series I watched called Narcos. He was in Narcos, and Narcos was fantastic, especially the second season. The second season was awesome. Well, he actually played the drug lord's sort of first-hand killer, if you like. He was basically the assassin that they sent out when they wanted somebody killed, and he plays a good part in this as well as the drug lord. So yeah, I'd give it a good watch. I'd give it, like I say, 4 out of 10, and it's worthy. You know, it's worth watching. So there we go. That's Sniper Ultimate Kill. Now, the second film I watched was last night, and it was called The Highwaymen. And basically, it stars Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson and Kathy Bates a little bit. And what it's basically about is, in 1934, obviously, Bonnie Parker and, let me get his name right, Clyde Darrow were terrorising America. They were going around robbing banks, fair enough. That wasn't new. But they were also slaughtering policemen, basically for no reason. They were just literally, if somebody stopped them, they would get out the car and blow their heads off. And if they wouldn't leave them dying, they would literally go up and take their head off the shoulders with a gun. You know, so they weren't nice people. Anyway, they can't. The police, well, the police, whatever. The law enforcement can't get anywhere near them because every time they think they've got them, they get the escape or they're not where they said they were going to be, and they can't track them down. Because bear in mind, this was 1934, so there's not like all the sophistication now what we've got. Anyway, what they have to do, they call on 2 ex-Texas Rangers. Well, they call on one to start with, which is Kevin Costner. And basically, they say to him, you know, would you want to come back and go after these? And he knows that he can never arrest them. He knows that it's either death or not catching them, you know, so he knows what he's doing. And he then brings Woody Harrelson into it because him and both of them two used to be Texas Rangers years before, and they served for years before the Texas Rangers got disbanded. Now, the one thing that amazed me about the reviews I've read is people say it's dull, it's boring, it's long. This is set in 1934. Nobody had any money whatsoever. It was a depression. Everybody was skint. The atmosphere was dreadful. There was no jobs. There was no prospects. There was nothing. And what the film is basically about, it's about the rapport between Harrelson and Woody Harrelson and Kevin Costner, and how they basically decided to drive halfway across America to kill Bonnie and Clyde. Now, like I said, people have complained about it, and I actually enjoyed it because I like me gangster biopics. Boardwalk Empire is absolutely fantastic if you get a chance to watch it. Brilliant series, but that's another matter. I would give this one 6 out of 10. And people said it's long-winded because it's on over 2 hours. And it's mainly about them two driving, and people didn't like that. Now, I actually enjoyed it because I was loving the way that they actually got on with each other, the banter between them, the way that they used to arrive at places only just to miss Bonnie and Clyde. The narrow escapes Bonnie and Clyde had before they were eventually captured and killed. Well, not captured, before they were eventually absolutely slaughtered on a road. You know, they were actually gunned down completely. They were sitting in the car when the coppers got them, and they literally blasted the hell out of the car until there was nothing left of the car. Bonnie and Clyde ended up with about 200 bullets in it. And what absolutely amazed me, I didn't realise this, I never knew this about Bonnie and Clyde, but them two were like folk heroes. When they dragged the car with the bodies in back through the town after they killed Bonnie and Clyde, all the crowds wanted souvenirs of them. They were absolutely devastated that these two people had been killed. They were more like pin-ups than murderers. You know, and I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, well, hang on a minute. You've got two men here, that were a man and a woman here, that were driving around the country, robbing banks. Fair enough. People are saying, well, you know, it's about time the banks gave back. But they were murdering people in cold blood. They were blowing their heads off their shoulders for no reason, you know, and people idolised them and worshipped them. And I thought, wow. Even back then, people were a bit twisted. But yeah, I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it, and it's called The Highwaymen, and I give it 6 out of 10. And the rapport between Costner and Woody Harrelson, and some of the lines they come out with are just absolutely brilliant. So yeah, there's me 2 movie reviews actually, and I think they're worth watching. So there you go. Yeah, huge congratulations to Becky Lynch last night, who became the first ever woman to win a all-female WWE event, which takes some doing because obviously it's been a male-dominated sport for a long time, and it's a real game changer. She beat, I think it was it Ronda Rousey? I can't remember. I think it might have been Ronda Rousey anyway. But yeah, she's won now, and I think that'll set a precedent for bringing the women's game a bit more forward, you know, a bit more forward, because obviously a lot of people, if you mention wrestlers, they'll mention men's names, hundreds of them, everybody from Hulk Hogan to The Rock, you know, to God, who else we got? Shawn Michaels, you know, all these sorts of people, Triple H, you know, John Cena, all of them, Dave Batista, not Dave Batista, yeah, I'm talking right, Dave Batista, yeah, I thought I got the wrong name then. Yeah, you know, these are all names that people know of wrestlers, but you name the female names and they're kind of going, ooh, 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 ooh. And hopefully this will bring it forward a little bit now so that it'll get more noticed, because I think when you've got a sport, I don't see why it should all be male. You know, I don't see why sport should be all male or all female. I don't think that's right at all. I think that, you know, everybody should get a fair crack of the whip. I mean, look at the way women's snooker's changed over the years. They've gone from not even being able to get a sniff, you know, to now it's coming forward again. They're bringing it in and they're saying, you know, yes, let's notice women can play bloody snooker, you know, because at the end of the day, surely a woman can play snooker just as good as a man. You don't need any specific physical attributes in order to play snooker. You just need to be good at snooker, you know. So I can understand that. So yeah, that was a big news on the sports scene this morning. And also, I was watching the football yesterday. Now, everybody knows I'm a mental football fan, but I decided to watch the semi-final between Watford and Wolves because I thought this might be a good game. It wasn't a good game. It was absolutely bloody brilliant. My only surprise was I know this player called Delafeu, who's absolutely fantastic, and I thought they'll play him from the start, Watford will, and they put him on the bench. I thought that's a weird one because this guy's a game changer. You know, he is a game changer. And I was right. I was dead right. He was a game changer because Wolves were 2-0 up, had played absolutely brilliant. Then they brought on Delafeu, Watford did, and he changed the game completely. His first goal is one of the best goals I've seen in an FA Cup. The cheek and audacity, how he does it is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he even scored the third one. But he was absolutely fantastic. So it's a huge, huge, brilliant win for Watford to be in the final against Man City. And I tell you what, Man City have got to be careful, because if Watford start playing Delafeu from the start, I tell you what, Man City have got a game on their hands. Speaking of football, obviously, tomorrow, my beloved Liverpool are up against FC Porto, in the Champions League. Tottenham take on Manchester City. The day after that, Manchester United play Barcelona in their first leg. And then that same night, Wednesday night, Ajax against Juventus. And I watched Ajax absolutely destroy Real Madrid in the previous round. So Juventus have got a bit of a tough task there as well. I'm not going to predict Liverpool against Porto, because in the past we've absolutely hammered them. But in the past we've also had some very close games with them. So it could go either way. It depends what team turn up. And what amazed me is people are going on about Man City could win the quadruple, Man City could win the quadruple. Nobody's pointed out that Liverpool are still on for the double. Nobody mentions that Liverpool could possibly win the Champions League and the Premier League. That's all thought, oh no, we don't matter about that, that's not going to happen. It's like, come on, give them a chance. They're still in with it. They're still in with both, and yet nobody gives them credit, which completely amazes me. My days, the last couple of days, not done much at all, to be honest. My ears still playing me up completely bad this side. I can't hardly hear anything out of it whatsoever. The good news is I've rung the doctors today and I've got an appointment for 10 to 3 tomorrow. So I'm going to hopefully at least he'll be able to have a look in me and tell me if there's anything that needs sorting, because it's weird. There's no pain. There's no earache. Now, whether that's my regular painkillers keeping the pain away, I don't know. But there's no earache there. It's just literally dull, as if the best way to describe it is, when you've had a shower or a bath and you get out, you've been swimming, when you've been swimming and you get out and you can't hear it because your ear's got water in it and you can't clear it. That's exactly how I've been for 7 days. And it's annoying because Deb's having to repeat things and say them loud and make sure she's on the right side of me, because otherwise I can't hear a thing. It's amusing at times because obviously some of the things I miss here are completely mental, but other things, it's like, I need to hear that. I need to hear that. So yeah, that's going to get that sorted. Also, a bit of bad news today, actually, about my sister. My sister Paula, she's had a very, very nasty fall. It looks like she's gone one way, as in she's been walking, her legs bent out from her like that, it's snapped underneath her, and her heel has hit her backside. And it looks like I think anyway, I haven't found out for definite, but from the description, she's knackered her ligaments in the knee, because I did it years and years ago when I was 19. I had a bad football injury and I managed to shatter my kneecap, tear my ligaments and dislocate my knee all at the same time. And I was in plaster for, over 20 weeks. Over 20 weeks, nearly half a year I was in plaster. And I tell you something, mate, if she goes into plaster, she is the backbone of the house. She does all the housework. She does all the cooking, all the cleaning. And she's got CMT, you see, so she's got the weakness in the muscles as well. And if she's done serious damage to that knee, mate, she will know it. Because I know what it's like when you damage your knee. Mine never recovered. I was only 19 when I did mine, and it never recovered. It used to keep popping out all the time, dislocating and all sorts. I must have dislocated it half a dozen times before they told me if I did it again, I'd have to have a metal kneecap. So I had to stop playing football, stop playing cricket, stop messing about and jumping about and playing with kids and that, and throwing myself about, letting them beat me up and wrestle. I couldn't do none of it no more, because every time I put pressure on one side of my leg, my knee popped out this side. So yeah, it's not been a good day for my sister today, bless her. Deb's had a bit of three bad things in a week. They say bad luck comes in threes. Well, the other day she dropped something out the cupboard and smashed one of our bowls. Yesterday she tipped over a full tall mug about yay big of coffee that went everywhere, all over the cupboard across the way there, and it went. You've got an element that a kettle sits on to plug in for boil a kettle. It went inside that, so we had to wait 24 hours before we could have another drink because we needed it dry out. Because obviously you don't put electricity through something that's got water in it, do you? And today she managed to, but when she was getting the Hoover out, she managed to hit the bin with all the plastic stuff in. That fell over, and all the juice that was left in the cans and stuff went all over the floor. So she's had her bad luck for 3. My sister, she's like I said, she's had a bit of bad luck, and all she's done 2 so far. She the other day she built this massive Lego ship about this big. I can't think what the thingy was, but it's a big Lego ship, and it took her ages to build. She was moving it the other day, and she dropped it. She actually dropped it, and it smashed to pieces, and she had to end up putting it away in the box. So that's her first bad luck. The second bad luck was the thing today. I'm hoping she doesn't have a third one, because, like I said, you know, she's one of those that literally is the backbone of the house. And if she folds, it all folds. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's got a husband and the kids, but Andy, I can't see her husband being able to do all the stuff that she does. Although, obviously, they'll all muscle together because that's what kind of family they are. They are that kind of family. When the going gets tough, they all, you know, chip in. They're not one of those that basically just say, oh, well, nothing can be done, so that's that. They will actually chip in, which is good news. We're still taking my mum for a meal, like we said, for Mother's Day. But I need to get this sorted first, because I don't want to be in a restaurant having a meal and not feel good and not feel right because of my ear. You know, it's making me irritable, really irritable, because I'm used to having good hearing, and all of a sudden now I haven't got good hearing. So yeah, once that's sorted, we will be taking my mum for a meal. I went for go out on the decking today, and as I went out and I stood talking to Tony and Michelle next door, and me and Deb did, and I could feel the coal going in me, and that was irritating me a bit as well, so I didn't do that. I haven't done no more of my Lego game, but I have got, like I say, I'm reading 2 poems out tonight because I missed yesterday. This is like a double video, if you like, and I'll do another video tomorrow as well. I think, to be honest with you, that's about all the news, to be honest. Oh no, I told you Deb does baking and cooking. Well, yesterday, for the first time, pardon me, she made a banana and honey loaf, banana and honey tea loaf, and it was absolutely gorgeous. It really was nice. I know. I started a while ago getting this baking set, a big baking set, and basically it's got all these bits that come every couple of weeks, monthly or whatever. They all come, and they're from D'Agostini, might be D'Agostini. Anyway, it's in parts, and she's got this big tub about so big, about so high, and it's got all the bits in what have come, all the colours and everything. The only thing is, they keep sending her the same wrong colour. They're supposed to have sent her a colour called cappuccino because it's important for one of the cakes. And they sent her something called sunset starglow or starglow sunset or something. And I complained about it and said, you know, you sent me the wrong one. They said, no problem, we'll send you the right one. So we waited a fortnight and they sent it, and it was the same one again, sunset starglow. So I thought, right, I'll get in touch with them again and say, look, you've done it again, you've sent the wrong one. They said, oh, sorry, we'll send you the other one. And they've sent it again, and it's the same one again, sunset starglow. Whether they've run out of cappuccino, I don't know, but they need to, like, let us know, you know. The only other thing we've done today is me and Deb have sorted out. I told you we're going to my sister's for a wedding in May. She gets married on May the 25th, and we've been sorting out the accommodation and the travel down there. So, and we've also obviously got somebody house sitting as well and looking after the dog for us, because it's only for 2 days. We're going on the Friday, we're coming back on the Sunday, so that'll be rather cool. It'll be a weekend away, and we get to see his best friends in Stoke, which is Ian and Pauline. So that'll be fantastic as well, because we get to spend all the Friday with them, and hopefully have a meal with them as well. So that'll be good. But yeah, that's it for today, and I'll be reading my poems out. So thank you for listening. Now, this first poem is a love poem, which I tend to write a lot of, and it's called A Week of Dreams. Monday I dreamt of flying high and free. The clouds rolled by and the sun shone down on me. The birds flew with me and I followed their course, and I opened my eyes on a new day. Tuesday I dreamt I was swimming oceans so blue. The current was carrying me further and further. My body tried to keep me afloat but failed. I was drowning and the sunlight woke me once more. Wednesday I was a living flame, searing, scorching. Everything I touched burned and blackened. Smouldering ash surrounded me, and yet still I burned. The heat made me wince, and I woke to a cool room. Thursday, my dream was strange, for I was alone. I walked down streets I recognised but didn't know. I saw people looking at me through eyes of knowing. It made me scared, and I woke in tears. Friday, I dreamt I was in a crowd, not moving, just standing. No sound could be heard, and the silence deafened me. Everyone looked the same, except one face I couldn't quite see. I tried to move toward it, but again my eyes betrayed my sleep. Saturday, I tried to figure out what my week of dreams meant. The flying, I think, is the feeling I get when I see you. The drowning is the way I feel when you tell me you love me. The burning is your touch that inflames me from within. I know I was alone and feeling insecure until the day we met. I felt like an alien in a world of people, strange and unfriendly. You were the stranger in the crowd, and I could not quite reach. And now you're here with me, all the crowds disappear. I search for you when I wake, and I know I need dream no more. This next poem is a darker poem, and it's one that I wrote after suffering physical and mental abuse with somebody I thought loved me and who I thought I was going to be with for the rest of my life. And it's called Because I Want to Live. No knife, no gun, not physical, but you killed me in your way. They say sticks and stones can break your bones, but words can maim and crucify you. Blind me with accusation, then wonder why I cry. Deviate from my life for a second, don't be there when you want me. I need to live too. Choices made, but are they the right ones? Will I have to remember the pain, or will the good times outplay your game? Am I a pawn in your fantasy, or are you there to test me? Well, if that's the case, I will pass, because I need to live too. Take your hurt and your destructive influence. Move it away from me. I don't need it and I don't want it. Maybe you'll find another fool, but this one is rebelling. I want my life back, and I'm taking it. Because I want to live. I'm going to live. Hi, I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Thank you very much. And if you like what you saw, you can subscribe by clicking there. And if you want to see what I did yesterday, you've just got to click up there. Bye for now.